Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at the market and then jumping straight into the crypto news of today. There's a lot of bullish news out there today, but I do want to say, guys, the market may be the most bullish it's been in quite some time with an 11.4% increase in the last 24 hours. Let's give it a quick refresh, and we're still at that 11.4. We're seeing, Bitcoin almost to 41K, a 14.26% increase. We see Cardano doing fairly well, back up close to that $1.60. Obviously, altcoins are going to lag behind just a little bit, but you really got to be pretty happy with what we're seeing here. Pretty much entire market going up, anywhere from 10 to 20%. And really that's going to continue on for hopefully the next couple of days. If we continue on this path for the next couple of days, we will still have volatility. I still think we will have some drops and dips, but realistically, if we can test past that 42, 44K Bitcoin, I do expect big things to take place in the upcoming weeks and months ahead. If we do not, and we retest and we drop back down to another resistance level, I do expect, realistically, for us not to break out, like I said previously, until the end of July. So we're going to talk more about that here at the end of the video. So if you guys want to stay tuned for my thoughts on the market as well as this crypto news, then stay tuned and make sure to quickly subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video before we get started. So the first thing we're going to take a look at today is actually going to be my own tweet. I just want you guys to have the opportunity to take advantage if you want to. So I'm giving away 1K worth of Jax tokens as well as 1K worth of Samecoin tokens. So 2 lucky winners will be announced. All you have to do is retweet the tweet and follow me on Twitter. This ends July 10th, 2021. My Twitter link is in the description of the video. So jumping into the actual first article, I do want to say Bitcoin's price moves towards 40K as on-chain and technical and really analysis favor bulls. So Bitcoin price is still 38% really away from its all-time high, but a handful of technical indicators suggest bulls are gathering strength. So a lot of people very excited about this. Bulls are definitely, assuming that this could be our pushback to the top. Obviously, there will be dips on, on the way to the top. You won't just go straight there. You're going to have some problems on the way to the top, but just looking at some of the drawbacks, some of the resistance levels, it definitely looks like this could be the case. And a lot of people, like I said, looking very bullish. I do want to take a look at BlockFi. If you guys don't know what BlockFi is, it's definitely something I've been talking about for a while now. It's a way to put your money to work for you. You can actually see exactly what BlockFi does here. So they ditched the annual fee so you can actually check out their new credit card perks and join the waitlist today. If you sign up for BlockFi and you start to invest with BlockFi, you actually get up to $250 worth of Bitcoin, and that's also going to support the channel as well. So the future of finance, really the old way of doing things doesn't cut it anymore. With BlockFi, you can use cryptocurrency to earn interest at up to 8.6% APY, borrow cash, and buy or sell crypto. There are no hidden fees, no minimum balances, and no reason to wait. So if you guys want to take advantage of that, put your money to work for you. Definitely a smart move. And I think realistically, if you want to take advantage of this, the best way to do so is using my referral link in the comment section pinned to the comment section down below. So take advantage of that. Use my referral link. Help support the channel. Help support you. Let's jump to the next article. So now we have more than a third of millennial millionaires have at least 50% of their wealth in crypto. So meanwhile, none of the baby boomer millionaires has more than 10% of their wealth in crypto, while 83% of American millionaires have none of their wealth in crypto. So that is just insane to see those numbers taking place. We also see, I actually don't know any millennials who have a reasonable amount of wealth who don't have at least 50% into crypto. It's crazy to see a lot of people starting to believe in crypto. A lot of people. We also see the younger and the investors were really more intellectually engaged with the idea, even though it was new. Older investors and the boomers were largely saying, is this legit? And, that does definitely take place. A lot of younger people are trying to get involved as soon as they hear about it. They understand there's a lot of value, to be had there, and everyone wants to get rich quick. So that's why everyone's trying these kind of methods. And I will say, guys, crypto is definitely a way to get rich. I wouldn't say it's a way to get rich quick. So you got to be a little patient. You got to be, smart with what you're investing in. Make sure you're investing in coins that actually have a future. But it is definitely there's definitely reasons behind people wanting to get involved with crypto. We also see the brilliance of yield farming and liquidity providing and valuing crypto projects. So this just talks more about really all of the above, and it's great to see more articles really kind of deep dive into this. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but one thing you guys should do if you guys don't know what yield farming is, liquidity providing, and valuing, how to value your crypto projects, definitely deep dive into this article on blockmaverick.com. It actually I think I said block, B-L-O-G, blogmaverick.com. It actually gives you a great little insight to the brilliance of yield farming, like we said, liquidity providing and valuing crypto projects. Next, we have Vitalik Buterin. Ethereum 2.0 will bring scalability and open the door to more dApps and enterprise use cases. So this is definitely what we want to hear if you are holding a big bag of Ethereum. Realistically, this is exactly what you want to see. Use cases is never a bad thing. Continuing to see more utility behind a token or more uses for a token. And he basically said, so sharing times 100, really roll-ups times 100, the 2 multiplied times 10,000, and the hope is that you can simultaneously make the platform able to handle more users and reduce transaction fees. So he's looking for an ecosystem where enterprises and everyone, they can just all live together, and the ecosystems can kind of plug to each other and benefit each other much more. So there is some challenges, and he talks about that here. But the challenge is that if you really want to be building on a public chain, then the transaction fees have to go down, and then also privacy issues have to be solved. And that's like the other benefit. You have all of these very diverse, different groups just building and working on this technology, and everyone can just, really use each other's stuff ideally. So I'm an optimist about the future. So Buterin is definitely excited about 2.0 as well as the idea of everything behind it and the utility that really it's going to provide for Ethereum or users of Ethereum specifically. Jumping into the next one, we see Tudor Jones likes Bitcoin, calls it a great portfolio diversifier to protect his wealth over time. So I like Bitcoin as a portfolio diversifier. Everybody asks me what I should do with Bitcoin or my Bitcoin. The only thing I know for certain, I want 5% in gold, 5% in Bitcoin, 5% in cash, 5% in commodities. At this point in time, I don't know what I want to do with the other 80% until I see what the Fed is going to do. So it's great to see, obviously, more investors, more, very well off people getting involved into crypto. We also see Ethereum and co-founder, the Ethereum co-founder says he's investing in Polkadot and Cardano. So here's why. So Anthony DiLorio says he's betting on the future of both Cardano and Polkadot. He joined the Ethereum development team soon after meeting Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin at an organized Bitcoin conference in 2012. So following his time at Ethereum, DiLorio left to start Decentral, a really Toronto-based blockchain company. We've talked about Decentral before. You may know what that's all about. But in an interview, he basically discussed what he's thinking of, what his really portfolio breakdown is. And so he says, now I've kind of fallen back to just simplicity. I'm in a number of different projects, but the majority of my stuff is in the top projects. I'm a big fan of Polkadot. I'm a big fan of Cardano, but he's a big fan of Charles. Let's say that, taking some different approaches is, I guess, in the way that they're doing things, much more on the academic side of what he's doing and bringing stuff forward. Real big fan of Gavin Wood as well. So it's great to see, a lot of people believing, even the people that, maybe have worked with these guys, believing in these two projects, Polkadot and Cardano. And I always talk about how Polkadot and Cardano, in my opinion, are some great projects, great long-term projects with huge futures. We also see Africa leading Bitcoin P2P trading volume growth in 2021. So this is kind of crazy to see. Overall, North America really remains the most active despite a significant drop. But the Tanzanian president has actually asked the Central Bank of Tanzania to begin work on a CBDC. So some just interesting information there. As we jump to the next one, we see an open letter to the Nigerian government pursue a Bitcoin standard. So the NFL star and Nigerian descendant Russell Okeng asked the Nigerian government to adopt Bitcoin standard or risk falling behind. So really, this is actually exactly what we want to see. More of a push to these governments to adopt Bitcoin as well as crypto, as soon as possible, because, you don't want to get left behind. Obviously, one big thing with Bitcoin is a lot of people do, they don't love the idea that, the later you get involved, the less of a deal you get. So obviously, as more people start to invest in Bitcoin, the higher the price gets, the higher price, the next person's going to have to buy in at. So that's one thing you don't want to, miss out on. You don't want to be the last one to buy in. It unfortunately does work like that. Let's jump into the next one. MicroStrategy raises $500 million from bond sale to buy more Bitcoin. MicroStrategy, obviously, the CEO has been a huge, really a huge fan of, obviously, Bitcoin and crypto over the years. We've been talking about that. His insane amount of really investments into crypto and specifically Bitcoin. We see that here. So MicroStrategy is preparing to buy up $488 million in Bitcoin with the proceeds of a newly completed bond sale. The business intelligence company controlled by CEO Michael Saylor is adding it to its vast trove of Bitcoin with the new debt raise. MicroStrategy said it's approximately 92,000 BTC is being held by a newly formed subsidiary MicroStrategy LLC, not Macro. The proceeds of the junk bond sale have yet to be spent on Bitcoin. Saylor has made Bitcoin acquisition on really a second mandate for his 32-year-old firm. So that's Michael Saylor right there. If you guys don't know who he is, like I said, if you guys aren't on Twitter, you won't probably see much about him. But realistically, he's very active on Twitter. A lot of people talking to him on Twitter. Definitely one of the bigger, names in crypto. So great to see this kind of investment still going through. Obviously it's working with the market right now. We see great price points across the market. An 11.35% increase in the last 24 hours. I just want to give you guys a quick update on some crypto news, and I wanted to really talk about this market. Obviously, I think the market's going to continue to do fairly well moving forward. I think realistically we could have a massive dip, back down to 30 to 32K or even break below that. But realistically, if you're holding for the long term, it doesn't really matter. Obviously, it does help to buy at lower prices. You'll get more of a return, but you have to realize, we have a while. We're moving pretty quickly right now, and I think we are going to have some kickback when you move this quickly. You're going to have a little bit of a kickback before you can really continue forward. So we'll keep you guys up to date with price predictions as well as obviously news. So if you guys want to stay up to date, make sure to quickly subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video. I'll see you guys all in the next one.